She laughed, but I found a message that changed everything. In the heart of a bustling city where every corner buzzed with life, I thought I had built a fortress of happiness with my wife, Maggie. We had weathered life's storms together, losing jobs, moving apartments, and even dealing with the complexities of family. Our relationship had deep roots, intertwined with laughter, shared dreams, and countless quiet nights spent together. But as life would have it, sometimes the greatest battles are the ones we don't see coming. Lately, however, something felt off. I couldn't pinpoint the exact moment things began to change, but I noticed a shift in Maggie. It was subtle at first, fleeting glances, a smile that lingered a little too long whenever her phone buzzed, and a newfound energy that seemed to thrive in her interactions with others. I brushed it off as my own insecurities, the petty jealousy that often comes from loving someone deeply. After all, I trusted Maggie completely, yet doubt began to gnaw at the edges of my mind. One late afternoon, I returned home early, looking forward to surprising her with dinner. As I walked through the door, I heard her laughter ringing from the living room, light and carefree. It was a sound I adored, but that day it sent a pang of unease through me. I dropped my keys on the counter and paused, noticing her phone lying on the coffee table, the screen illuminated with a message that had just come through. I shouldn't have looked. I knew that. But curiosity clawed at me, and I took a step closer. The message was from a number I didn't recognize, a name that wasn't familiar to me. "Can't wait to see you tonight," it read, followed by a winking emoji. My heart sank, each word feeling like a dagger. Suddenly, the laughter I had cherished felt like an echo of betrayal. As I stood frozen, a whirlwind of emotions swept over me: anger, confusion, heartbreak. I knew I had to confront her, but I felt like a coward, hiding behind uncertainty. Instead, I chose to act as if everything was normal, pretending not to have seen the message. Yet inside, I was unraveling. Days passed, and I became a ghost in my own home. I smiled when she smiled, made small talk, and played the part of the devoted husband. But my mind was racing, plagued by images of what she might be doing, who she might be seeing. My heart ached with every interaction, every shared meal, each moment tinged with the bitter taste of distrust. I continued to wrestle with the situation for days, caught between confronting her and trying to hold onto the hope that perhaps it wasn't what it seemed. I had built a life with Maggie, shared years of memories, and weathered storms that should have made us stronger. I convinced myself that maybe it was a passing phase, a harmless friendship that I'd blown out of proportion. But the signs kept stacking up. Maggie's laughter became softer when she was around me, her affection more hesitant. I noticed how she seemed distant, like her mind was always elsewhere, and when I'd reach for her hand or try to pull her close, she'd offer only brief smiles and gentle but distant touches. Our evenings together felt different, like she was physically there but her heart was somewhere else. One evening, after a particularly long day at work, I decided to let it all out to a friend. Ethan had been my best friend since college, someone who knew both Maggie and me well, and he had always been there through thick and thin. I asked him to meet me for a drink, needing someone to ground me, someone to help make sense of my swirling emotions. At the bar, the dim lights flickered softly, creating a warm ambience that contrasted with the turmoil inside me. I ordered a whiskey and took a seat at a corner table, hoping for clarity in the haze of alcohol and camaraderie. Ethan arrived shortly after, his easy smile immediately brightening my mood, if only for a moment. "Hey man, what's up? You look like you've seen a ghost," he joked, clapping me on the back. I forced a laugh, but the weight of my secret pressed down heavily. "Ethan, I need to talk," I said, my voice low, almost a whisper. I glanced around to make sure no one could overhear. "It's about Maggie." His expression shifted instantly from jovial to serious. "What about her?" "I think she's hiding something. I saw a message on her phone. It was from someone I don't know. It said they couldn't wait to see her tonight." Ethan frowned, a look of concern spreading across his face. "Have you talked to her about it?" "No, I can't. What if I'm wrong? What if I'm just being paranoid?" I buried my face in my hands, frustration bubbling inside me. I don't want to accuse her of something she hasn't done. But every time she laughs or gets a message, my heart drops. Ethan leaned back in his chair, studying me. "Listen, man, I can't tell you what to do. But if you think something's going on, you need to figure it out. You deserve to know the truth." His words lingered in the air, igniting a flame of determination within me. The next day, I decided to confront Maggie. No more hiding. I had to know if the love we had was still there, if it was worth fighting for. That evening after dinner, I took a deep breath, steadying myself before approaching her. "Maggie, can we talk?" I asked, my voice steady despite the storm brewing inside me. "Of course, what's on your mind?" she replied, her smile genuine but her eyes betraying a hint of anxiety. I took a seat opposite her, searching for the right words. "I've noticed some things lately, and I need to know if you're being honest with me. Are you seeing someone else?" Her expression shifted instantly, a mix of surprise and disbelief washing over her features. What? No. Where is this coming from? I felt the heat rise in my chest as I recounted the message I'd seen, my voice trembling with each revelation. I saw a text on your phone. You didn't deny it. She blinked rapidly, shaking her head as if to dispel the truth of my words. That's not what you think. It's just a friend. I promise you I would never cheat on you. Then why hide it? Why not tell me about this friend? I pressed, frustration bubbling over. Why do I feel like you're slipping away from me? Maggie looked away, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. I never wanted you to feel this way. I didn't think it would matter, and I didn't want to worry you. But it's not what you think. Her vulnerability struck me like a punch to the gut. I had to decide if I would trust her or let my fears control me. I need you to be honest with me, Mandy. If we're going to fix this, I need to know everything. In that moment, the walls of our fortress began to crumble, revealing the fragility beneath. Maggie opened up about her friendship with a mysterious person, someone she had met at work who had become a confidant during stressful times. She assured me that nothing romantic was happening, but the damage had been done. I was so caught up in my own insecurities that I let my imagination run wild. I confessed, my voice breaking. I didn't want to believe you could betray me, but the fear consumed me. We spent the night talking, navigating through the tangled web of emotions we both felt. The shadows of doubt and jealousy were still there, but we made a pact to be more open, to share our fears rather than hide them. As the days turned into weeks, we worked on rebuilding the trust that had been shaken. We went on spontaneous dates, rediscovered the small things that had drawn us to each other, and learned to communicate better. I realized that the love we shared was worth fighting for, that vulnerability was a part of our journey together. In time, the laughter returned, more genuine than before. Maggie's eyes sparkled with warmth, and the distance that had once existed between us slowly faded away. The storms we had weathered made us stronger, more resilient, and I finally understood that love wasn't just about the absence of conflict, but rather the ability to face it together. Through it all, I learned that while fear and doubt could threaten to tear us apart, love has the power to heal. We emerged from that challenging time not just as a couple, but as partners, united by a deeper understanding of one another. And in that, I found the solace I had been seeking all along.